It's a little slow, but I'm going to keep it. Trigon is probably quite good against him. Do I want to bounce that right now? No, I think I don't really have a turn 3 play anyway. If I had a turn 3 play, I'd just go ahead and bounce right now and slow things down a bit. Not too much he can ramp into, though, I don't think. Oh, unless he doesn't have a land drop. Well, now we're going to keep Stoke Rebuttal. I guess I wish I bounced. But here we're keeping Stoke Rebuttal up. Okay, actually, he didn't attack with Plague Mirror, so I will bounce it, because it seems like he wants to use that mana. In general, if you're wanting to use a mana mirror, use it before combat, especially if they have mana open. His fair share of Priests of Norn. We're going to take care of that Plague Mirror, I think. And I guess we'll keep Stoke Rebuttal open. But this Trigon does a good job on all his guys. Like, he'll have some 0-3 blockers, but those are of minimal concern without equipment. I think we're going to counter right now. Usually I like to save my counters, but I want to use my mana. I want to get this golem on the table. So he's probably going to infiltration lens something, but he can still only attack with one of them. Unless he can kill the golem. So it looks like we're likely to stabilize with a low enough poison counter total. Really? Well, let's... what does he have here? He probably has the +1 first strike. It's the only thing I can think of. I mean, he sees that I can eat it. Well, that's a good bluff. I'm not going to block. And the reason I'm not blocking is because I can deal with that next turn. I mean, I can play around it next turn. We're going to drop the tower. Or maybe I should, you know what? We're going to drop the Drake here. I don't want to give him outs here to draw into extra draw into some way of dealing lethal. We are at 6. And I mean the tower should clean up the board. later on, unless he's got some artifact removal. Although, I'm pretty sure we would have seen it on the Trigon if he had. Okay, so we'll shrink that so we don't take any extras here. That's a pretty good one. We're gonna go with this plan instead, and just shrink his board. Just in time, we still have one counter on our Trigon. I'm just thinking about whether I want to attack here or not. He does have a Strider Harness. Yeah. I don't think I'm in a huge rush. We've got a pretty decent Stranglehold on the board here. I think I can afford to be patient. So if he equips up his Plague Stinger, I'm going to add Contagion Clasp first, and then finish off the Plague Stinger. And we still do have to play around Strider Harnesses. At some point we'll have the 8 mana open with a tower, and so we can get some attacks in more confidently. So it looks like he's thinking about what to do here. And at some point, I guess, he has to decide whether he wants to try to overwhelm me on the board before I can destroy his board, or whether he wants to I'll allow that. Hold back and try to find an answer for my Trigon. So they can't really attack. Nothing can really. Oh, I guess it can. Doesn't make too much sense though, with no mana open. I'm a little bit. I'm a little bit baffled by that play. I'm still not going to play up my tower. I just don't think it's needed. No, I'm still not attacking. Start attacking next turn. I mean, I guess that might be the reason that he's going to play out. He might play out threats is to stop me from attacking. But I don't think he can drop any threats on the board here. So I actually want to actually doesn't matter much which order I do it in. pretty safe to attack. And I'm still not playing out the tower. I'd rather proliferate and clear the priests off the board so I can attack on the ground. We do still have to play around hasty guys. But we have the Trigon and the Contagion Clasp. Okay, I'm gonna leave Guskimmer back. I mean, I guess I could have attacked with the Skimmer. Just because that puts him on dead next turn. I think I might as well play it safe. So the question is whether I want to play Tower. The problem is if I play Tower, I can't Trigon and Contagion Class something. So I think it's really just not needed in this case. Especially with turn to Slag backup in case he actually drops something huge onto the board. I still have turn to Slag. Probably should have found an opportunity to put my tower into play. I can't imagine how he's gonna. Maybe Sunblast Angel would delay it a little bit. But alas, we've made it to the finals. I'll see you next round. And against Conley.